Donc on venait de faire une découverte assez macabre, assez déconcertante. Et voilà, il fallait qu'on parle aux flics pour passer finalement à la suite de l'histoire. Donc c'est ce qu'on va faire.
I need to go over something with you. Do you have a moment?
Sure.
Trouver les cadavres.
You can cancel the search for those technicians.
Wait, you want to say...
Come with me. You have to see for yourself.
Those bodies, I feel like an idiot. And to think I told you how thoroughly we'd searched. But that's the people I work with.
Qu'est-ce que c'est que ces choix de réponse là? Obsession. Je sais pas.
Well, maybe it would be better not to rely only on those procedures of yours and to show a little initiative.
Yeah, that may be so. Well, if you want, Edwards here can take you to the hotel.
I would be grateful. I need to recuperate a bit.
I understand. You've got a plane booked for tomorrow evening, right? To tell you the truth, I thought you would fly back to Europe without helping us in any way. I owe you more than an apology. You have plans for tomorrow? Would you accept an invitation for dinner?
I appreciate
no.
it, but I'd rather not make any plans. Maybe I'll just stay in the hotel.
Yeah, I understand how you feel. I've seen a lot, but I had my first time too. But hey, I'm just a man. You'll be fine. You know what? I'll call you tomorrow and ask if you're all right.
Je suis mariée,
Right.
mec.
Goodbye.
J'aime trop manger du poulet que pour sortir avec toi.
The morning's creeping in after a disconcerting night. Alone in your hotel room, you have a lot to think about. What will you put in the report? How can you describe things that scare you so much? Things you don't understand. 3 pairs of pale eyes guarding Max's sign. Oh, how I wish I could tell you that it's going to get better. That the morning will bring disclosure. That the worst is over. But I can't, Laura.
Chapitre 4, Vie et mort. À San Francisco.
Come on, sit in the front. Soga can try sitting behind the bars for once. Can't you, Cesar?
Sure, I've never wanted anything more.
Is that allowed?
Well, after all, you're a cop, so what? And Burke wanted us to get you to the airport like a VIP guest. Those are his exact words.
People often misjudge him, don't they? But he's not really a...
Pandeo? Yeah, sure he is. Selfish, proud as a peacock.
You didn't hear the press conference, did you? How he talked about finding those bodies?
No, why?
Let her hear it.
Wait, I have it in my cell phone. I'll just turn up the volume.
Sometimes he says such bullshit we just have to record it with the boys. But this time it was really hard ass.
Here it is.
Captain Burke, who found the bodies? If I get it right, local police and the FBI were investigating the place at the same time.
Yes, our department had to pass the crime scene to the FBI. Nevertheless, when their investigation was heading nowhere, we took it over.
Ok.
How should we understand this?
I searched the crime scene myself, discussed my results with an expert invited by the FBI from France, and thus we came to the bodies. Of course, it's not my intention to praise myself. I only noticed a couple of things and realized a few connections. It's nothing that would...
Blah, 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 and he's celebrating himself for at least 5 more minutes.
That's really unbelievable.
You get used to it. I remember the...
To all patrols, code 1071 in Chinatown on Wentworth Street.
523, 104, we're close to it. We'll check it.
523, 10.
There's been a gunshot nearby. We'll just check it and then we can carry on. We do have time, right?
Of course, why not? I'd like to see you in action.
Ouais. Je veux juste rentrer chez moi, moi. C'est quoi ce connard de policier qui me mange pas de poulet, là? Il m'a pris tout le mérite. C'est comme ça qu'on se gare? Je fais des plus beaux créneaux avec un Un
Should be
forklift?
somewhere around. Look, Burke's car.
Maybe he heard that too and got here ahead of us?
I don't think so. I'll ask headquarters. 523-1097. Burke's car is here. We require further instructions.
523-1023. 523. Captain Burke had a meeting with the contact. He left particular instructions for no one to interrupt him.
What the
Okay.
hell does that mean? We've got a reported shooting here and we're not going to do anything about it? Burke may be in real shit.
523. Someone reported to 1071 and we can see a police car. Shouldn't we check it out?
523. Stay with us. I'm trying to contact Captain Burke.
I hope they try his cell phone because they won't reach him in the car.
So we wait. Madame Durand, if it takes too long, we will call you a cab, all right?
Okay, at least I can stretch my legs.
Ok. Quelle drôle de journée, hein. On est à Chinatown, là. Journal. On n'avait pas encore lu ça. Mon travail à San Francisco a pris fin. Après avoir trouvé les corps, le FBI va continuer à suivre ses procédures internes pour enquêter sur ce triple meurtre. Il n'y avait pas d'autres preuves exigeant mon expérience. Aucun indice concernant les œuvres d'art. S'ils avaient encore besoin de moi, ils me le feraient savoir. Mais je n'avais aucune raison de rester plus longtemps. J'ai réservé mon billet pour le vol de retour pour le lendemain. Petite pause, 5 octobre 2012. J'aimerais être enfin seule et avoir le temps de bien réfléchir, mais cela devra attendre. En allant à l'aéroport avec la patrouille, nous nous sommes arrêtés pour vérifier une fusillade signalée à Chinatown. Et nous sommes tombés sur la voiture de Burke. Il avait dit qu'il devait rencontrer un informateur et depuis on n'a plus de nouvelles. Quelque chose cloche ici. Je trouve que l'enchaînement des événements de ce jeu est assez abrupt, on va dire. Les choses sont amenées de façon un peu spéciale, sans vraiment de lien. Si j'ai un avion à prendre, j'ai pas de temps à perdre, si. Enfin, soit. On va regarder tout ça.
Cesar Soga, Edward's partner. Looks pretty calm. That thing with Burke probably doesn't bother him much.
Il est plutôt BG.
Officer,
Yes, Madame Durand?
do you come here often, or is it like in the movies? Chinatown takes care of itself.
Movies exaggerate, but the truth is that locals usually keep their business between themselves.
Ok. Des donuts. Mais j'étais assise là il y a 30 secondes.
Edwards drinks local coffee with his donut. If he eats like that every day, then it explains a lot.
Mais au moins, il mange du poulet.
Donuts, an American icon. Okay, if I take one, they look good.
Sure, the doctor told me to stay away from them. So you'll be doing me a favor, actually.
Oh. J'aime bien faire ce genre de bonnes actions.
In the trunk of a police patrol car, one can usually find lots of useful equipment.
Mais c'est très bien ça pour nous.
To open the trunk just like that would be a little rude.
Un peu rude. Alors, j'utilise déjà ça parce que, ça on a vu.
The containers are nearly full. God only knows when they were last emptied. In summer, it must be really hot in the laundry. Without the air conditioning, it would be unbearable. Edwards probably wants to go looking for Burke, but he has his orders. Edwards, do you have a minute?
Sure.
Do you often deal with cases like that?
Like a report of shots being fired? Well, sometimes. You know, there are a lot of guns and even more hotheads.
The Chinese Quarter in Paris. Lanterns like these illuminating the night. That nice smell of fresh food from tiny shops. And Max beside me. As if it
Oh.
happened yesterday.
C'est triste. Alors, on a un petit monsieur là.
There's an elderly Chinese man sitting in front of the laundrette. He probably went outside to get fresh air.
Mais on est au mois d'octobre et il fait si chaud. C'est peut-être un été indien.
Listen, I'd like to ask you something.
Sure, you're here with those cops, aren't you? I'm glad to help.
Trop aimable. T'es même plus sympa que les vrais flics.
This is a quiet quarter, isn't it?
Absolutely. No crime, no violence.
Ah, en fait, tu es en train de me bullshiter, c'est ça?
Someone reported a shooting in this street. Do you know anything about it?
That was me. I reported it. Because that was not some of our people. And I don't want trouble. I have my business here, my laundrette. Trouble is bad for business.
Who are you talking about?
That big car that turned into the alley nearby. Everyone knows that you don't go there. That is, if Cheng doesn't allow it. Then a little later, maybe 20 minutes, the shooting. We don't have guns. Had to be someone else. So I called.
Ok.
Closed is written on the cardboard sign. I'll take that sign. I can see the restaurant is closed even without it.
J'ai un nouvel inventaire, entre guillemets.
Partially eaten donut, all dirty from trash from the filthy street.
Quoi? Pourquoi est-ce qu'il est sali par les trucs de la rue? Je viens de le prendre dans une boîte dans la voiture. Fermé.
A piece of cardboard with a hole for a string and the word closed. Obviously homemade.
Ok, il me semble qu'on a tout vu du coup. On va aller voir dans ce coin-là. Je sais pas pourquoi elle refuse de courir. Ah, voilà. Ok.
From the main street, there are clear shoe prints with a bold, structured sole, dirty with something that looks like clay. They lead to the car.
Jamais j'aurais vu ça sans utiliser l'aide.
Edwards, do you have a minute?
Sure.
According to the laundrette owner, Burke came in about 20 minutes before the shooting started, and he said that no one from their community was behind it. He says that they don't use guns.
Jesus, that man's bullshit. If they need, they use everything against each other. But the truth is that if he had the slightest suspicion that it was their internal thing, he wouldn't have called us. And the thing with the car, you know what? You better tell Soga.
Ok, il faut que je dise ça à Soga. Je vais peut-être d'abord continuer mon investigation.
Burke left his car parked in the side alley. Where did he go then?
Listen, if I were you, I'd let that car be.
But it might tell us something.
Burke is funny about his car, so he wouldn't like that. Headquarters is trying to reach him already. He'll definitely report in. You'll see, it's going to be all right.
Mais c'est pas grave si c'est moi, non? Je fais pas partie de la police à proprement parler, non? En tout cas, pas autant qu'eux. On pourrait dire que je ne suis pas sujette aux ordres de la police. Enfin, soit. Oh, ok, encore une zone.
Back door of the house. It doesn't seem that anyone could go out or in through it.
Et une batte.
There's a baseball bat propped on the fence. Someone perhaps threw it away. I can see it's cracked.
Ok.
I can see several cigarette butts and the prints of smaller shoes. Someone who went through the soft black mud around the puddles was standing here quite a while.
Il y a un petit vélo.
The door is closed. I'd need a key to get inside.
Une clé? Tu sais même pas comment ça fonctionne. Alors, une entrée latérale. Oh là là, la musique apparaît tout à coup.
The entrance door is behind a strong locked gate. No one could enter that way.
Ok. Il n'y a que ça.
The gate in the metal fence is locked by a padlock.
Du sang?
There was a clear smear of some red liquid on the wall.
Ok, et enfin, la fameuse ruelle. La fameuse ruelle. La ruelle, quoi.
Through the cracks, I can see that the door is blocked by some boards on the other side. There is some piece of cloth caught up there, or I'd guess it's plastic?
Ok. Et quoi?
There is some piece of...
On peut rien faire. Bon. Je vais retourner parler à mon ami le policier. Peut-être qu'il a quelque chose à dire.
Edwards, do you have a minute?
Sure.
Non.
Thanks, that'll be all.
On va aller voir le copain.
Officer?
Yes, Madame Durand?
That man from the laundrette saw Burke's car coming and later he heard the shooting.
Listen, I understand that Burke might be in danger, that we're supposed to do something. But orders are clear.
I don't want you to start searching house by house, but you could search his car, couldn't you?
But you're a cop too, right? Don't you get that we have our orders, so we can't do that?
Right. And what if I do it? Give me your equipment, I'll search it, and we'll know more.
Well, I'm not sure.
Do you understand that Burke could be in grave danger? Do you really think that he'd mind?
All right then, but you have to sign this form about taking over the equipment and responsibility for possible evidence damage. Here you go.
Thanks. And by the way, I've led a couple of investigations already, and there was no damage to the evidence.
D'ailleurs, j'ai pas été voir mon score. 81%. Apparemment, il y a des choses qu'on a oubliées. Alors... donc, c'est bien ce que je pensais.
To search the potential crime scene, I have to fill this in. Lots of boxes, but hopefully I don't need to fill them all in.
Ouais, et quoi, il me faut un bic. Faut que je trouve un bic. Donc, comme je disais, en fait, on va pouvoir mener l'enquête nous-mêmes.
I don't think it would interest...
Ok. Bah écoute, je suppose que ça veut dire qu'on peut y aller.
Edwards won't let me. Somehow I need to make him see that Burke is in grave danger.
Bah... L'autre, il m'a dit que je pouvais.
Why should he care about... I don't have anything...
Ça se passait si bien. Il va falloir que je trouve un bic par terre, c'est ça? Bon, et donc?
To search the potential crime scene, I have to fill this in. Lots of boxes, but hopefully I don't need to fill them all in.
Ouais. Explorer, on l'a déjà fait. Oh, j'ai pas vu ça. Allô? Cours, hein, s'il te plaît. Bon, y a rien, y a pas de bic. Je pense. Ah! Y a un truc là.
There are pronounced prints of big shoes on the ground, one of them obviously cracked. There is a box in front of the door. It's almost like someone was trying to get to that glass filling above it, but it can't be opened and it's obviously untouched.
Est-ce que ça m'aide à progresser dans mon enquête de voiture?
I don't have anything...
Ok, on va reparler à l'autre.
I don't have anything to...
T'as pas un bic, mec? Et toi, là?
I don't have anything to...
J'arrive pas à croire que je suis bloquée, là. Plus vite! Allez. Ah! Ah! d'autres choses.
Although Edwards is a good-natured man, he's not dumb. To leave keys in the ignition and then leave the car is asking for problems. It looks almost like a common navigation device, but it's also likely connected to some central unit and has many more features. There's a glove
Étagère.
compartment in front of the passenger seat, like in any common car. Soga wouldn't like me messing around with their stuff. There's a common pen lying on the dashboard. I'll only borrow this.
Voilà, donc l'énigme était en fait qu'il fallait trouver un bic.
A serious pen, not some plastic trash.
Alors on va utiliser Serious Pen to sign a Serious Paper.
Okay, it's done. Like I haven't had enough paperwork in Lyon.
Voilà.
Signed. Now the equipment, please.
Sure, it's in the trunk.
Equipment for searching the crime scene, I suppose.
Ah ben, un vrai kit de détective.
A UV lamp. Priceless for searching for blood at the crime scene.
Je prends.
I'll take the lamp with me. There are good reasons for it to be a part of the toolkit used for the investigation of the crime scene.
Allez, trouver des taches de sang, c'est important sur la scène de crime. Oh.
There's a pack of common single-use rubber gloves. If I need to move anything, gloves will come in handy.
Ok. Apparemment, c'est tout. Il n'y a rien de caché? Non, non. Alors, est-ce que je peux mettre les gants?
The rubber gloves are one-sized, able to stretch to basically any hand size. The UV lamp has a main switch and a switch for switching between UV and standard light.
Ok. Est-ce que tu veux bien mettre tes gants? Ou est-ce que c'est seulement...
I'd say that
Imbécile. Non, tu ne veux pas mettre tes gants. Ok. Bon, il va falloir que je réfléchisse avant de toucher n'importe quoi alors, je présume. Nous enquêtons.
I should examine it properly. That is blood. There's a blood smear on the door of Burke's car.
C'est tout?
Edwards won't let me.
Mais-
Somehow I need to make...
Ah bah voilà, ok d'accord. Du coup, on a prouvé qu'il y avait un grand danger. Peut-être qu'il a écrasé un passant en
Edwards,
venant.
do you have a minute?
Sure.
Edwards, this is serious. There's blood on the door of Burke's car.
Well, Burke is kind of hot-headed, and sometimes it doesn't take much for him to get rough with his informants.
That's all you've got to say? We just assume that this blood doesn't belong to Burke?
Damn. Okay, you better tell Cesar to notify dispatch.
Ok. César. Quoi? AV? Ah ah ah. Et quoi? Quoi? Je dois dire allô centrale? C'est ça qu'ils disent? J'ai pas accès à la radio.
Soga wouldn't let...
Toi, tu sais faire quelque chose?
Officer?
Yes, Madame Durand?
I found traces of blood on Burke's car.
I'll report it right away. 523, we found blood on Captain Burke's vehicle. Request further instructions.
523.
On vous avait dit de pas investiguer davantage.
523. We're still trying to contact Captain Burke by radio and cell phone. Carry on searching the vehicle and document everything. We'll advise.
You heard him. You could just look to see if you can't find something else, but maybe you should just go up to the airport.
There's still time. A taxi will get me there in no time. Also, it's... Excuse me, I have to take this. Yes, Kira?
Are you at the airport yet? I have some interesting information from the police. They found Burke's deserted car in Chinatown and someone hurt in the shooting. And they can't get him anywhere.
Don't tell me. I'm not surprised, though, because I'm right here on Wentworth Street, close to his car.
What about his disappearance being connected to those murders on Mission Street? Is that enough reason for you?
I did, but...
Anyway, good that you're there. I'm coming right away and we're going to search it.
Wait, are you nuts? I need to catch a plane to Lyon. Why on earth would I start looking for Burke?
Accidents are
That's a pretty wild theory, isn't it?
Burke was preparing to meet a contact that wanted to tell him something about Mission Street. I overheard him by accident telling it to someone after that press conference.
By accident? And by accident, I'm here, by his car. Little weird, isn't it?
C'est buggé? Non.
My chances of catching the flight have just diminished. I have to do something about it.
Laura, you're not on the plane?
Unfortunately, I've got myself a bit caught up in something here. Can you book me the next flight?
Sure, I'll send you a message with the time of departure.
And please, Renier doesn't need to know about this.
I don't see any reason why she should. Bye.
Cool. Ok, bah voilà. On dirait qu'on va rester un petit peu plus longtemps pour investiguer. Je vous propose qu'on continue du coup l'enquête dans le prochain épisode. À bientôt.